All right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Carnival of Blood, 1970. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. If you're into Herschel Gordon Lewis, in particular Blood Feast, you're going to love this. This is actually better than Blood Feast. And please, Adrian, don't ask me to review Blood Feast a third time. I've already done it twice. I'm not a huge fan of Blood Feast. It's not one of Herschel Gordon Lewis's best movies, despite what Adrian tells you, but this one is even better. It's got Burt Young in his film debut with his hairy chest and his messy hair. His face is burnt and he's got the Quasimodo hump on his back. So you think he's the killer for the first half of the movie, but then his employer starts giggling that the third victim is not going to be back. And you're thinking somehow he's in with it on with Burt Young. But it turns out he's the actual killer, and Burt Young is the mild-tempered Quasimodo with the burnt face and the hairy chest and the messy hair. Yeah. So it takes place in Coney Island, which is where most of this film is happening. And by the way, I got 9 hours of sleep. I got 3/4 bottle of energy drink in my system. I just took a little nappy poo on my meal break. And I texted my coworkers telling them how PO'd I was at their inability to do simple valet parking attendant duties or give clear directions on how to handle the residents here. There's this eye doctor who works in the hospital. I'm not sure why or how he can afford to live here. Probably his parents are rich, but his car is parked right here. And he likes to leave it up here all night because the other overnight valet is lazy, sleeps in his car for 5 hours. And so if we park his car downstairs and he's on call, he's like, can't get a hold of anybody. Dude's sleeping in his car. And it's not good. So naturally, the other valet wants me to leave his car up here because he's got a spare key, but sometimes he forgets to bring it down. And anyways, the annoying supervisor who got me hired here blows up my phone with text messages every day. He told me to take his car down if it's been up here for 5 hours. So I should have taken his car down by now probably, but I called him up at like 10 o'clock as soon as I got here. And I said, look, I'm going to take you down your car at 6 a.m. if you're not using it. Is that okay? I asked him twice. He said that was okay. So I'm going to do that. And there won't be any cars up here. The valet attendants in the afternoon on weekends are so incompetent and just, one of them just wants to get out of here. The other one just sits around and does nothing. Can't even fill out a ticket properly. So this is what I have to deal with on the weekend. It's not fun, but yeah. Now I'm being like a supervisor and I'm blowing up everybody else's phone instead of everybody else blowing up my phone. So it's a little tit for tat tonight. And I sent one text message that was particularly not very nice. It was rather terse and curt because I've had it. I've had it with this job. I'm ready to talk to an employment practices lawyer about the pay rate here coming up next year. Because I'm not a lawyer. I can't read the union contract. I need help, man. Somebody's got to help me. Even if I have to wait until March of next year. I'm going to send him all the crap that I'm dealing with and see if he can sort it out before he starts charging me an arm and a leg next year. Oh, Carnival Blood. Where was I? All right, so it takes place in Coney Island. There's this dude who's working, but he thinks he's an amateur detective or something. And he's engaged to this blondie. But she's always throwing a temper tantrum, like throwing a ring on the ground and getting upset at him. And they're friends with the... I don't know why they call it Carnival Blood, because it takes place in Coney Island. It's like an amusement park. It's not really carnival per se, although they do have a fortune teller there who overcharges people. Like, she'll post a sign that says 25 cents for a palm read and she'll charge them $1. Or she'll post a sign that says $3.50 for the tarot cards reading, and then she'll charge them $5, which is a lot of money in 1970, even with inflation and whatnot. You probably fill up a semi truck full of gas for $5 back in 1970. Even if you have to wait in line, like my mom did, with me sleeping in the back of her VW Bug. Anyways, so the guy who's running the balloon darts thing is the killer. We find out halfway through the movie when he ends up killing Burt Young, stabbing him in the stomach. And a lot of gruesome kills in this one. At one point, somebody gets their eyes poked out. And he does something with their mouth, like he just sticks his hand in their mouth and rips out the tongue or something. Couldn't really see what was happening in that scene, but I did see the eyeballs pop out. At one point, he stabs somebody on the beach, and he starts taking out the guts, and he puts it in the teddy bear for his dart balloon stand. He puts the guts inside the teddy bear. I've never seen that before. Pretty crazy flick, man. And it's rated PG or GP or whatever. On the radio spot, it says rated PG. It's a double bill with the Curse of the Headless Horseman, which is a terrible film. I started watching the beginning of it, and it's just bad. That's the one I wanted to watch, too. I wasn't even planning on watching Carnival of Blood, but it just happened to be on the double bill for the Something Weird video. And it's 100 times better than Curse of the Headless Horseman, man. I'm having a rough time getting through that one. I didn't have Carnival Blood and in the Psychotronic video guide. I don't think, but I did have Curse of the Headless Horseman in there, which was why I added in the first place. Anyways, so this guy who's running the dart balloon teddy bear thingamabobber on Coney Island, he ends up being the killer. He kills 3 women. The first one, he just chops off their head when they're going through the carousel thing, or whatever that thing is. It's like a haunted house. Little, it looks like a Disneyland haunted house ride or something. I don't know what the heck that thing is, but I think IMDb describes it as a carousel. A little bit misleading storyline in IMDb. Take it with a grain of salt, if you will. But I'll post the movie and the trailer and the description for you for your viewing pleasure. In the case of Adrian, I know he was really interested in this when I mentioned it, and really exceeded my expectations, this one. So towards the end, we learn who the killer is, of course. It's not Burt Young, much to my surprise. It's almost like a plot twist, because you think Burt Young being the freak in this, maybe that's why they call it Carnival. You think he's the killer the first half of the movie, because he's like getting angry at the customers, and his boss and the murderer invites him to come over for some beers, and they have a little chat about, and he's like lecturing him not to get upset at the customers. So there's kind of a plot twist if you're not really catching on to who the killer is, and you can't really until he starts revealing himself a little bit in the middle. But anyways, so the amateur sleuth guy is tormenting his blondie girlfriend. They get naked off camera. Let me just put it to you that way. The intimate scenes are all off camera, so you don't get to see anything in terms of blondie nudity in this one. A little disappointing, but the kill scenes are more than make up for it. The 4 kill scenes, the 3 women, and Burt Young. And then you got the guts coming out of the teddy bear in the back. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed this movie from beginning to end. It was a real surprise, like, something Adrian might really love to watch while down in some wine or beer or whatever the heck he's drinking nowadays. Anyways, cool flick. Highly recommended. Check it out. So the amateur sleuth is going to Coney Island. He wants to bring his reluctant girlfriend. He even taunts her and scares her with a Halloween mask, which is kind of messed up after 3 murders. Why would you do that? You think it's funny, but she doesn't get the joke. So she starts throwing her ring down, and she starts painting the teddy bear with a black brush. Then she tells the murderer what she did to the teddy bear, and he starts getting upset. He starts thinking about his mommy, and there's this bizarre, surreal scene where he's in his room, talking to his mother, and she's like making all these sexual sounds, and there's a fire truck coming. It's a really weird scene, but cool in a way, I think. The print is in terrible shape. Same with Hunchback of no, not the Hunchback, the Curse of the Headless Horseman movie. The prints for both movies are in terrible shape, but anyways. So the guy wants to kill the blondie now because he's saying she's selfish. She ruined the teddy bear. She broke up with her boyfriend, her fiance. And so they go on a ride together, and somehow she convinces him that she keeps saying, "Mommy loves you," or something. So he doesn't get the impulse to kill her while they're on the ride. Then they get off the ride, and that's pretty much the end of the movie. I don't want to spoil the ending. It's a pretty decent ending. It didn't make sense at all, but it was cool. I thought it was cool. Just the way the killer looked at the end, it was great. All around, blew me away. It was just completely unexpected and delightful. Can't say enough good things about this flick. Just watch it and enjoy. I'll post the links in the description. Let's see. Oh, going down my list. I forgot to do that yesterday. Sorry about that. I don't know if I'll get to my list today because I got to pig out on ramen again when I get home. Take some little nappy poos if I can. After oversleeping a bit yesterday and overdoing it on the energy drink. And then I got Latin Mass. So try to finish up Curse of the Headless Horseman. Maybe do a little bit of $6 Million Man, Season 1, Disc 4. And try to make some progress on these things. I still got bags under my eyes, even though I'm not as tired as I was last night. Getting 1 hour of sleep, man. That was brutal. Fridays are going to be brutal. Fridays and Mondays, I think. And I'm down to 2.5 bottles of energy drink. I ordered 24 for like $65 or something. Because that stupid vitamin shop in Colma, they told me they were going to order some more. And to call in on Wednesday, which I did, and they said the shipment didn't come. So I went back there on Friday when I was supposed to be napping, but I kept running errands. I did that this morning too, right after I took a little nap after I got home. I got the pink Himalayan salt that Adrian doesn't like because it's from Pakistan or something. I have no idea what he's talking about. But whatever. He doesn't like energy drinks. He doesn't like pink Himalayan salt. So he's going to tell me not to buy that stuff. Okay. Well, I like the taste of pink Himalayan salt. It's not because I could really care less if it's a scam or not. I just like it because it tastes good. It tastes better than sea salt or regular salt, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways. Where was I going with this? Um, oh, the energy drinks. So I go back there Friday afternoon, and in between my picking up my son and getting off my first job, and they go, "Oh, we don't have any red line, but there are a bunch of boxes that we haven't unpacked there in the corner." So I go take a peek in the corner, and I don't see any red line. I'm kind of ticked off at them for kind of brush me off like I'm not important. But I don't see any customers in Vitamin Shop. I don't know how they stay in business, quite honestly. And I had to place the big order of 24, deplete my checking account pretty badly. And finally, Fast Track turned off my account. Hopefully, I'll get a check in a couple days. But I'm not exactly holding my breath on that one. And my car payment's coming up. I have very little in my checking account. I'm doomed, man. But I will get 2 paychecks on Friday next weekend. Hopefully a Fast Track check. I think I'll hold off on paying my Cobra bill, my health insurance, after I got terminated from Good Eggs, because I might get Kaiser next week after my first paycheck, depending on how good their coverage is. I'm very skeptical that it's better than the Good Eggs coverage that I'm paying for now. After I got laid off from them, they tried to make me an independent contractor, but they weren't paying me enough to do that kind of work. So I ended up finding 2 other jobs in like 2 months. It's been a crazy year, man. I'm sure it'll get crazier as the year progresses. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, that's the end of my review. I've been rambling on for 23 minutes. I'll let you go, but this movie is quite good. I mean, really, 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 really quite good. Coming down the pike is going to be more $1 Million Man stuff. Adrian was kind of surprised, caught off guard that I'm still watching $1 Million Man, but I've got a ways to go. As I said in one of my previous videos, I guess he didn't watch all 4 of them. He only watched 2, same as Professor Quiz. But after I watch the first disc on a television show in general, I'll just review the first disc and I'll assume that the rest of the shows are the same. And that's what I did with $6 Million Man. I hated the first 3 discs. And I'm just going to assume that the rest of the discs for season 1 and season 2, I'm going to hate as well. But I'll try to get through it, go down my list today. If the energy drink kicks my arse and I can't sleep, like most Sundays, like the last 2 Sundays, I think. Anyways, that's the end of my review. Laters.